Hey guys, I'm back. I'm ready to do another video for Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire, Beta 4. This is clearly the last beta version, and we've been playing with it for about 3 weeks now. So I had a few requests for people wanting to look at Monk and Fighter, which is a Brawler. I never made one of these. I don't really know why. It's kind of an obvious combination. And Monks and Fighters are very solid individually, so building them together is kind of a no-brainer. But I will say this, I'm hoping the Monks, and I may have mentioned this in past videos, I'm hoping to see the Monks skill tree change a little bit. His tier 2 doesn't inspire me much. There's not much to pick. I literally sat there at one point not sure what to pick. I finally just grabbed a knockdown. I didn't know what else to grab, but nothing else looks super good. Like, you get, mortification of death, which is a dance that lets you have a building bonus of accuracy and wounds. That's fantastic, except for when you get hit, it goes away. So it's not really good until you actually get to upgrade it, which is like tier 5. You can't even do that multi-class in the beta. Then it actually builds up and lasts until you get hit. And then you can do the one that, you can pop it for 0 cost and it just gives you a couple wounds right away. That's great, but I've never really felt like building wounds is a problem for the Monk. So an ability that makes him take enough damage to gain wounds doesn't seem necessary. And then the other one is pretty good, but it's got a really long cast and recovery time. What's it do? I can't remember what it's called, but it reduces your hostile duration by -5 seconds and -50% duration, which is really nice. But I didn't grab that one. So what I did instead was grab a fighter. I could not find a subclass with this build that I liked. I would honestly love Devoted, but the way the beta works now is, and there's actually a thread about this in the forums, the Obsidian forums. You don't pick your unarmed fighting proficiency. You just start with it. Right here. As such, it does not count as your... I think we tested this in a past video with a fighter and druid. It doesn't count as your proficiency. You only get the one proficiency as a devoted fighter. But it would be really cool to be able to pick unarmed as your devoted weapon and get a bonus to your penetration and critical damage. You just can't do it in the beta. So that's out. I'm not a big fan of, as a monk, moving slower, which is the unbroken drawback, -15% stride. Monks need to be mobile. In fact, I put this guy in scale armor, and I don't really know why I did that. In fact, let's change him out to just fine leather armor. For this build, we'll try that. He's got a lot of health. I gave him decent constitution. So that leaves, let's see, what unbroken and devoted. Black Jacket, he doesn't need a lot of weapon sets. He's going to be just kind of punching people. Potentially, as the game progresses, you may find better weapons, daggers, sabers, like some fast, nice, high-powered weapons that you want to be using. Which is another reason not to roll devoted, actually, let alone anything else. But I don't think you're going to end up needing 3 weapon sets, so I picked no subclass. Hellwalker is kind of a good combo though, because fighters have a lot of defensive abilities to offset the increased damage Hellwalkers take, and just getting a bunch of extra might. I mean, Hellwalkers are pretty awesome monk type. I didn't take Shattered Pillar. That would probably be working okay, but Shattered Pillar, this is kind of the problem with early game monks in the beta, part of why I don't like their tree. They don't have a lot of spenders, so having a way to generate wounds safely is not super useful. I mean, sure, you'll be able to pop a few extra abilities now and then, because you're dealing a lot of damage, so you're generating a lot of wounds, but I don't think it's that necessary. And with the Hellwalker, I never felt like I was lacking in getting wounds. Let's not forget with Hellwalker, talking about wound generation, you take extra damage every time you gain wounds, which means the next wound you get is just that much easier to get. Yeah, I don't think that's necessary. So I'm going to say There's a weird visual bug I never noticed before. Okay, there we go. I'm going to give him Warrior Stance. I gave him Stunning Blow, and of course Lightning Strikes. I like both the variants of this, but Lightning Strikes is kind of, I don't know, cool. And then I gave him a Spender for Force of Anguish to knock guys back. Notice, except for Stunning Blow, all of his attacks are primary attack. So this build does not have to really actually be dual wielding. You could probably have a really good time building up, maybe even going devoted in this case, like a devoted, excuse me, S-Stock or Greatsword or a Pike, you know, some big thing. Man, like a devoted Pike user would be kind of cool with Monk, I think, because a lot of these abilities are just primary attack. Alright, so let's just take a look at him here. He's got, I didn't notice this before, Mule Kick has plus 25% bonus damage in addition to adding Disoriented. I just noticed this Disoriented effect. I thought that was kind of the whole point. Well, that and plus having two different ways to Mule Kick and knock guys down. But it's bonus accuracy stays, interrupting graze, but plus 25% bonus damage. It's pretty good. I didn't notice that. Alright, let's just get in here and kick this guy's ass. Or fight them both at once, I guess. Okay. Let's start off with a Stunning Punch. I did stun him. Next thing I want to do is do this. Okay, I don't want him to have just decided instantly to knock this guy down, but that's fine. So I'll turn off his AI and just do these by hand. And I also want this. Get this going. Alright, let's get him. See, we're hitting for 39 damage. We're gaining like this last couple hits is 20 extra damage because of the lightning strikes energized extra shock damage. I like that a lot. It's tough to beat that, in my opinion. What's this here? We don't care about penetration. We're penetrating very easily these people, these armor. Let's do a Mule Kick on this guy. Look at that. 44 damage. 12 of it was lightning. Excellent. Let's stun this guy. Oh, man. See, Stunning Blow is a full attack, and that's what makes it very fun. Yeah, that was super good. I thought that was very effective. Let's just charge in here and fight these guys. Let's start off with this, and then let them come to me, and then do this. And then we're going to Stunning Blow this guy. That stuns him. We're going to knock him out of the way. Look at that. And then we're going to take this guy down. See if we can. Yep, there we go. What's this guy trying to do? No, I don't think so. Don't mark me. Apparently I stopped doing what I was going to do. There we go. I did interrupt him. He was doing... What was he going to do just there at the end? It said I interrupted him, and I don't see what he did. No, I don't know. He did get me with that sworn enemy, but that's because the game decided I didn't want to do anything when I got up next to him. I did hit him pretty hard, though. But I noticed I don't do any shock damage anymore, so it's time to put this thing back up. And then now we're going to Mule Kick him one more time. Talking about crowd control. You can just like keep a guy knocked down constantly. Between Force of Anguish and Knockdown and Mule Kick, you got like 3 ways to knock a guy down, or stun also. Like that's this combination has some synergy to it just from the abilities you can have. There we go. Grazed him, knocked him down. Yeah, that worked out really well, and leather armor wasn't a problem at all. I don't even know if I took much damage from that fight. Well, I mean, I am over leveled, and Monk and Fighter is a pretty good combination. And think about the cool things you can do as you get a higher level and upgrade, like Warrior Stance, or you can upgrade the Defender Stance if you want a little extra something for your damage reduction. Because if you have 3 enemies engaging you and you have the defensive stance up, that's minus 15 damage taken per target. That's quite a bit less damage. I mean, you can kind of offset some of your Hellwalker disadvantage with that modal. So yeah, I like it. Okay, well, that was the Brawler, so I hope that you enjoyed this look at that class combination. And thanks again for all the watches and subscribes. I appreciate it. Have a good evening, and I will see you with tomorrow's video. Tomorrow.